Morning YouTube, Dave here, back out on Dartmoor. I parked at Princetown today. There it is behind me. You've got the prism rising up out of the centre of the town. Dominates the skyline of the town. The mast on top of North Hessary Tor, which towers over Princetown. But we're heading out in the opposite direction today, away from Princetown, away from North Hessary Tor, heading towards South Hessary Tor, which I can see on the horizon in front of me. We follow this gravel track all the way down, well, up from Princetown up to South Hessary Tor, and then we carry on down to Nuns Cross Farm, where we're going to go today. And I'll tell you the story about that when we get down towards it. And then we double back on ourselves a little bit and we head out across the moor off in this direction over here, which is looking pretty bleak at the moment. And that's Cramber Tor over there, and then we're going to take in Hart Tor and then loop back around to the car. There's a trig point over towards Cramber Tor as well, I think just up the top of the hill from Cramber Tor, so check that out while we're there as well. From here it looks quite a featureless walk over towards Cramber Tor. I hope it won't be too boring for you. It's a beautiful day for it, blue skies, sun's up. It's going to get to 22 degrees today, which, considering the weather that we have been having, is absolutely incredible. I'm going to really enjoy this walk, I think, today. It's not a long one, about 6 miles, 6.5 miles, something like that, but it's a nice little loop. There's a bit of a out and back going towards Nuns Cross Farm, but other than that it's a nice little loop walk, and it's going to bring me back along the road leading into Princetown from kind of down towards Yelverton. I can't remember the name of the road now, it's like the B303 or something like that. Very memorable. But that mast, we're going to be able to see that all day throughout the whole walk. That's the mast on top of North Hessary Tor. Basically marks where Princetown is, because North Hessary Tor is right next to Princetown. So we're not going to be able to lose our bearings at any point today. As long as we can see that mast, we know where the car is. And it's so clear out here today. I'm just going to walk and enjoy myself, really. It's exactly what I need after a long week of work, to just relax, clear my head, mental reset. It's a Saturday. We'll probably get a little bit busier later on because we're not too far. Well, you can see exactly how far we are from civilization, because that's where Princetown is back there. So we're not too far away from civilization. People will walk out along this trail, and there'll be a few of them out and about later on, I suspect, with weather like this. But for now we've got the place to ourselves. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, let's enjoy it. Heading towards South Hessary Tor. Turn you around now so you can see it. It's getting closer and closer. It's not a long walk from Princetown to South Hessary, probably 10-12 minutes, something like that. Not long at all. We've only been going for 15 minutes and I've stopped to get a few shots. So yeah, I'll catch up with you on top of South Hessary Tor. Here we are, South Hessary Tor. Let's pick my way across this mud. We'll get up on top and show you the views, because they are stunning from here. And even though you're close to civilization, close to Princetown, it's got a real feeling of being out in the middle of nowhere, this tour. But like I say, it's only 10-12 minute walk to get here. This is going to be difficult without any hands. Here we are, up on top of the Tor, and look at all of this. It's beautiful up here. You can see Princetown just over this way. Come over to this side of the Tor. That's where Princetown is. You can just see the chimneys of the prison sticking up over the hill. And there's North Hessary Tor, the mast. Like I say, we'll be able to see that for the entire walk today. What I love about this view from South Hessary Tor is this trail that we've come down from Princetown, and you can follow it all the way along right past South Hessary Tor, and then it just disappears off into the distance out that way. And right down over there is Nuns Cross Farm, where we're going next. You can follow the trail the whole way down to it. And this is something that's pretty unique about South Hessary Tor. I've not seen it on any other tours. It's a big jagged lump of metal sticking out the top of it. It's like the sword in the stone. I think if you're worthy you can pull it out, but yeah, I'm definitely not. It's not going anywhere. It actually looks like some kind of giant hook. Like there's another piece here. It's like it hooks around underneath. I'm guessing maybe they quarried this tor at some point and they were using hooks like this to drag lumps of granite away. But it's become like fused into the rock over the centuries. It's really amazing. And like I say, I've not seen another tor that's got anything like that. It's a bit windy when you're up on top of the tor, but it's not cold at all. Perfect weather for it today. Not too hot, not too cold, not too windy, and not raining. And look at these views. You can see all the way out towards Cramber Tor reservoir over there. You can't quite see the reservoir itself, but you can see the tors surrounding it. Some Dartmoor ponies just down from South Hessary Tor here. This is where we're heading next, out towards Nuns Cross Farm, which we won't be able to see from here. It's down in the valley. Well, onwards and upwards, or downwards in this case, heading down the trail out towards Nuns Cross Farm now. I'll tell you the story about Nuns Cross Farm when we get there, because it's quite interesting. The South Hessary Tor now that we're leaving behind. There's a beautiful tor, and like I say, 10-12 minute walk from Princetown. No navigation required whatsoever. It's this kind of gravelly trail the entire way, and it just leads straight out from Princetown. You go past the Plume of Feathers pub, and you head straight down the trail, or straight up the trail I should say, up onto the moor out of the town, and you can see South Hessary Tor as soon as you climb the hill. So it's yeah, it's the easiest tor to get to, I would say. Certainly out of the ones that we've done so far on the channel. There might be a few more that are easier that we'll do at a later date, but for now this one's nice and easy. It's a beautiful tor, great to climb on, stunning views, 360 degrees. I mean, look at all of this, and you're 10 minutes from the car. But it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, even though you are on a trail with a wall next to you. There's a lot of standing stones around here as well. Like that one just in the field there. There was a few on the other side on the way up the hill on the way to South Hessary Tor. A lot of history in this part of Dartmoor. A lot of history in all of Dartmoor, but this part in particular, Princetown's a very old town. Famous, of course, from the Hound of the Baskervilles. That's where the Dartmoor prison in Princetown, that's where the convict Selden escapes from, who's suspected of the murders originally, until he gets killed himself by the Hound. Spoiler alert, 150 years old that book, so you should have read it by now. I'm still making my way down towards Nuns Cross Farm. As you can see, I've de-jacketed. It's getting very warm now. This is the trail I'm going to be following later, heading out across the moor that way, out towards Cramber Tor. It's much less of a trail on the second half of the walk than it is on this first half of the walk. But right now, going down to Nuns Cross Farm, and then I'll turn around and head back up this way, and then head out over there. But it's gorgeous today. We've got these views opening up now, down here. We couldn't see previously because of that hill being in the way that we've just come over. But yeah, it is stunning. A couple of mountain bikers just came past me. It's a popular trail for mountain biking. I think there was a couple who came past me when I was up on South Hessary Tor as well. So it's a good place to come if you want to ride your bikes, especially on a day like this. It's gorgeous. Here's the crossroads. We've come from that way, just back out towards Princetown, down that trail there, leads out towards Cramber Tor, but we're going this way, out towards Nuns Cross Farm. There's another way over there that leads down to a little car park, which leads to a road that leads back up to Princetown. But that's probably the closest you can park to get to Nuns Cross Farm. But where's the adventure in that, eh? Just walk out to it from Princetown. It's not long. I mean, I've been going just over an hour, but I've been stopping to film, and I played about on top of South Hessary Tor and enjoyed the views a little bit. Like I say, the entire walk today is only 6 miles, so it won't take very long. It will take longer for me. But I think Outdoor Active was telling me I should do it in just over 2 hours, 2 hours 20 minutes or something like that. Now for me today it's probably going to be well over 3 hours, but that's because I'll stop, I'll film, I'll sit down and enjoy the views. I'll sit down and put on sun cream in a minute. It's boiling. We can't quite see Nuns Cross Farm, but it's just over the brow of the hill in the distance there, just past all those cows. Are they cows? They might be ponies. I don't know, they kind of look like cows from here, but the more I look, the more they look like ponies. We'll see when we get up there, shall we? See how much of an idiot I am at recognising barnyard animals from afar. Update, idiot score, 10 out of 10, 5 stars. They're all bloody ponies, aren't they? Every last one of them. I'm no good at naming barnyard animals from a distance. Just coming over the brow of the hill here and see where those trees are. That's where Nuns Cross Farm is. In fact, I can just see the roof of Nuns Cross Farm poking up over the hill now. And after that we head back up this trail and then cut left at the spot I showed you earlier, head out towards Cramber Tor. And we'll also have a look at the cross that the Nuns Cross Farm is named after, because that's just down here on the right hand side just before we get to the farm. And I believe that's the oldest cross on Dartmoor. Well, I may have missed the deer a few weeks ago when I did the Bellstone walk, but at least I got the bunny rabbits on camera. Got loads of them as well. I think I only got 2 of them on camera, maybe 3. But as I was walking down the trail, about 7 of them, 8 of them maybe, just sprinted across the trail in front of me from right to left. There's Nuns Cross Farm just down there. And this is what it's named after, Nuns Cross itself, or Seward's Cross as it's sometimes known. And And this is the oldest recorded cross on Dartmoor, because it was recorded and named in 1240 when the parish boundaries were being recorded. But the cross could even date as far back as the last reign of the Anglo-Saxons. Their last reign was in 1066, Battle of Hastings. It's remote out here though. Imagine living there. Stunning. I'll take a couple of pics for the gram and we'll carry on with the video. I'll tell you the legend of Nuns Cross Farm. So here we are, Nuns Cross Farm itself. It was owned by a succession of families. It was abandoned eventually, sometime between 1929 and the early 1940s. It was used briefly as a base for camping by the Royal Navy expeditions throughout the 1970s and 80s, who used the moors up here for training. There's a legend surrounding this farm, and it's the mystery of a farmer's vanishing wife. Here's where things start to get a little bit spooky when it comes to this farm. Sometime before it was abandoned, the farm was owned by a farmer and his wife. One dark and misty night, the farmer's wife went to go and check on their cattle, but she never returned. She vanished into the mist. Her body was never found. Now when it's clear blue skies like this, it's easy to shrug this off as just another Dartmoor legend, another tall tale along with the other ghost stories of the moor. But it's another thing entirely when you're here on a dark night with the mist rolling in, the famous Dartmoor fog reducing visibility to only a few metres. Would you dare spend the night here? I'm not sure I would, but maybe that can be a video in the future, seeing if I'm brave enough. But it's glorious today. There you have it, Nuns Cross Farm. We're leaving it behind now, heading back up towards the trail, and then I'm going to head back towards South Hessary Tor. But I'm not going all the way to South Hessary Tor. I'm going to turn left at the little trail, the intersection that I showed you earlier, and head out towards Cramber Tor. But I'm making pretty slow progress, so I stopped for quite a while there. I've put some sun cream on my face. I hope I've rubbed it in properly, because otherwise I look like an idiot at the moment. But it's really warmed up now. It's getting to the point I'm almost going to have to de-trouser my trousers. These turn into shorts. I can unzip them. Look at these views. Stunning. Absolutely stunning in every direction. It's beautiful. I'll get back on the trail. I'm going to get some miles behind me, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Look at this for a view, all the way down to Hart Tor Reservoir. That's Yenadon Down is the hill on the opposite side of the reservoir to here. And just to the left of the reservoir is Down Tor. That's the closest of those tors. Behind it, that's Sheep's Tor. And if we pan to the right hand side here, you can see Leather Tor on the left and Sharpie Tor on the right. And that's a gorgeous area down there. I need to do that for a video soon. So many videos coming up. Aren't you guys lucky? Right, we've got the turn off the trail coming up just here, and I hope it's as dry as it looks, because it looks dry at the moment and we've had dry weather for about a week or so, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything on Dartmoor. But here we go, off the trail for the first time today, striking out across the moor, and so far so good. That's all dry, whereas it looks like it normally would be muddy. It might be okay. We're still getting up this hill here, but where we come from back there, it's very hot now. It's climbing by a couple of degrees every few minutes, it feels like, and it's firm underfoot so far, but you can tell that it isn't always firm underfoot. Look at all this. It's very muddy here at times, but so far today there's been a dry route through it, so we're all good. I'm nearly at the top of the hill now. I'm pretty sure just over this hill, I've not looked at the map since I turned off the track, but I'm pretty sure just over this hill is Cramber Tor. But there's a trig point on top of this hill that I'll take in as well. We love a trig point on this channel. We're nearly at the top now. It's hot coming up here. Sun's beating down on my back. I put some sun cream on. I did that back at Nuns Cross Farm, so hopefully I won't get burnt. But it's getting a little bit later in the day now. It's it's 10:30, so yeah, it's cracking on. And yeah, like I say, it's going to get to 22 degrees today, and it's muggy as well. It's not just a dry heat, there's a bit of moisture in the air still. So we'll see. I can see the trig point now, just popping up over the top of the hill. So I'll get up to that. It's been a tough one getting up here. Heart rate's in the high 130s, nearly into the 140s, 139, 140 there as I'm looking. So that's high for me. Normally I'm quite a cool customer, but at least when I'm hiking anyway. Obviously when I'm running it gets up quite a bit higher. But we're nearly up there. That was a little bit soft just there, right on the top of the hill. Oh yeah, it's soft here. There's some footprints of where the cows have gone through. You wouldn't think, would you, that the wettest point would be on top of the hill? But then I guess when there's a rainstorm, top of the hill's closer to the sky, isn't it? That's some Charlie Kelly logic there from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, yeah, boggy up here, but it's not too bad so far, he says, with his fingers crossed. And here we are. There's the trig point. Pretty much there now. I don't know what the name of this hill is, but Cramber Tor is just down the other side of it. That's Princetown over there, North Hessary Tor with the mast. You can see just over there South Hessary Tor as well, where we've come from today. And yeah, I'm almost here. It's just, oh, it's all boggy. It's all got boggy right at the last second. Glad it wasn't like this the whole way up. Find a way around. When it is boggy, you want to stand on the tufts of grass. So you see where these tufts are? You want to go like that to walk across. Test it first, mind you, and leap. There we go. And here we are at the trig point, which is very boggy all around the actual point itself. This is a new one for me. I've never been here. I've done Cramber Tor before, but I didn't come up to this point. Came at it from a different angle. In fact, I came from Hart Tor, where we'll be going next. Trig point trigged. Some gorgeous views from here. You can see all the way down to the Tors around Tor Reservoir. I can't actually see the reservoir from here. It's just down below the brow of the hill. I'll get the other camera out and show you the sights. Then we'll head on over to Cramber Tor. There's South Hessary Tor, where we were earlier. The sword and the stone. There's North Hessary Tor and the mast, and this is probably the first time that we've actually seen the Tor itself, North Hessary Tor, at the bottom of that mast, along with the actual kind of radio station that the mast belongs to. Here we are at Cramber Tor. You got to come and check out this view from the top. It's incredible. Let's get up here. Oh, not so easy with one hand holding one camera and the other hand holding the other camera. Look at this. Let's get right up on top. There's Hessary Tor reservoir with all those tors surrounding it. It's another trail leading up onto Cramber Tor. That's where we came from, up there. That's where the trig point is, just over the brow of the hill. And that's where the walk started, over there. Back at Princetown, you can just see the roofs of a few of the houses in Princetown. And obviously the mast of North Hessary Tor, standing proud as always. You can see right over to Swell Tor and King's Tor in the distance here too. In fact, you can see all the way over to Ruse Tor, Great Staple Tor, Middle Staple Tor and Cox Tor. And then Pew Tor further round. You can see everywhere we've been in this part of the moor from this tor. That's where we're heading next. Hart Tor, our final tour of the day. And to get there we have to drop right down in the valley in between these two tours, and there is a river down there. So that could be entertaining. You know I'm not great with rivers on this channel. That was Cramber Tor. Quite sad to be leaving it actually. Views up there are breathtaking. All the way down to the Hessary Tor reservoir, which is something we've not really seen on the channel before. I think the colours of the moor today are helping as well. We've had sun for about a week and it's turned the moor this beautiful golden colour. Look at it. When you look out across the moor, I think it looks stunning when it's like this. Greens are lovely, like a lush green is lovely, but when it's like this, it really is beautiful. Oh, hello. A little baby calf. All on its own. No mum in sight. There's a few cows down there. You lost? You've been abandoned? Worried about it. There's what I'm assuming is a farmer coming up the trail in a ATV, like one of the ones with the roofs over the top. So I might wave him down and see if he's A, if he owns any of these cows, and B, if he's lost a calf. It's strange to see a calf all on its own with no mum around. It's not like there's some cows nearby, which sometimes see. Sometimes the calves are on their own, cows wander off slightly, but nearest cows are all down on the tors over there. Yeah, the calf did belong to that farmer. He was out here looking for him. I waved him down and I said, oh, I've seen the calf just on the Cramber Tor up there, and he said, oh yeah, I'm out looking for him. He said, that's proper. He's got all the cows following him. I don't know how they're doing that, whether or not they can hear the calf calling, or whether or not they're just following him. It looks like they're following him on the ATV because they're following the exact trail that he took. It's the Great Migration, look. The herd's on the move. As usual, the river's wider than it looks on camera, but I think there might be a way across this one down here. But then again, maybe not. Oh. You can see the water level's fallen quite a bit. I think we're good. Oh no! Well, that bit was a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. Sunk right in there. Luckily, waterproof boots, so I'm not wet at all. Let's carry on. This all looks boggy as well. Oh. Right, I thought we'd avoided the bog today. Here we go. Some big old lumps of rock along here. I'm not sure where they've come from. They seem quite out of place in this valley. No tor around. can see right up at the head of the valley, that's South Hessary Tor, where I was this morning. Feels like a long time ago now, it was only a couple of hours. Ah, there we go. The farmer and his cows have made it up to the calf, just under Cramber Tor. It's a happy ending after all. We love a happy ending on Dartmoor, don't we? Right, come on, one last tour. Just heading up the side of the hill here. And that, just coming into view over the top of the hill, is going to be Hart Tor, which is the last one of the walk. And then it's a bit of a, what looks like a bit of a barren slog back up there to get towards Princetown. We'll see what it looks like. It might be gorgeous. You never know with Dartmoor. Sometimes the areas that look really barren from afar, they're actually lovely when you're up close and actually inside them. I mean, this looks like a barren area, but I mean, the tors surrounding it make it incredible. I can see Black Tor just over there, nearly fell in a hole. I can see Black Tor just over there, which is one for another day for sure. There's a buzzard flying over me. I don't think the GoPro will get it, but I'll give it a go. Don't know if you can see that, it might be too far away. Too small against the sky. I hope he's not circling me. I don't think I'm going to drop dead any second. Maybe he's just pissed off that I saved that calf. Oh, here we are now, Hart Tor. Let's get up on top of it and bag this one. And there's going to be 3 tours today, and a trig point, and a haunted farmhouse. It's not too many walks where you can say you've done all of those things. Looks like the high point up here. That buzzard's still circling over there. Again, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and get it on the other camera in a second. But this is Hart Tor, this is the view. It's another gorgeous one. More cows over there. There's the farmer coming back down the hill. Another lovely tour. We've only got a mile and a half left of the walk now as well, but no more tours. This is the last one, and we'll get cracking on, get back towards Princetown. I'm about ready for lunch. I don't know about you guys. I'm just making my way back towards the car. Had a couple of snacks, keep me going. That last little push. We've got about a mile to go now, just over a mile I think. It's very warm out today. It's lovely when it's like this out on Dartmoor. I wouldn't want it to have been too much hotter than this today. I think this is pretty much perfect temperature. But if it had been much hotter, I think I'd have been trousers, or bottoms of the trousers I should say. I was going to say trousers off then. Nobody wants to see that. It would have been bottoms of the trousers off to convert them into shorts, and I would have been layering my legs up with sun cream as well. But it's a nice walk. It requires a little bit more navigation than last week's walk, because you're actually kind of striking off into the moor and you can't necessarily see where you're walking to next, but you can see that North Hessary mast from everywhere on the walk. So you can still orient yourself, as long as it's a clear day, you can still orient yourself using that. This is kind of the last climb I'm doing now to get back up to the same level as we started the walk, which is at Princetown. And then I'll be driving home and having a nice shower, because I feel like I need one today. South Hessary Tor on the horizon, where we started. Just coming up pretty much level with that now, and Princetown straight ahead. Thank you very much for watching this video. As usual, I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it, because look at this. There's nowhere I'd rather spend my Saturday morning than up here on the moor, especially with weather like this. It's absolutely stunning. I look forward to making more videos soon. I'm trying to do one a week at the moment. It's difficult. I'm in the process of moving house, and well, I've moved house. I moved in a couple of days ago, and I don't have any broadband at the moment, so I'm having to hotspot from my phone to get videos from the laptop to the phone, to then use the 4G to upload onto YouTube. It's a whole thing, but I'm trying to keep up the one video a week. I'm trying to keep up going for a hike every weekend, because it's really helping A, my fitness, and B, it's really, I'm really enjoying it. It's helping my mental state as well. So it's all good on this front. I'm going to keep going for as long as I can, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy watching it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you again soon for another walk. Bye.